In this lesson, I want to cover some of the basic troubleshooting you can perform in Network Access Protection and Network Policy Server. So the first thing to note is there are detailed logs created. So if I go to Accounting, notice there are log file properties. So by default, this is written to C Windows System 32 log files. You're going to get a number of different log files created. They're all going to start with IN by default, as is shown here. I can change the format to whatever meets my needs. I can say when to create new log files. And these are now just available to me that I can use as part of my troubleshooting process. And here are those monthly files. And there are some details written to them. So that's one way. I can configure accounting to get detailed analysis of the connections in my environment. And I can even log to SQL Server, check the event log for further information. And on the client, I can actually run some commands to find out what is my current status. So this was the net shell NAP client show state. And it shows me my status is enabled for the Network Access Protection client. And I can see the various different types of state for each of the enforcement agents. So I can see my DHCP quarantine is enabled, IPsec is not, RD Gateway is not, EAP is not. So remember, that's why I manually enabled DHCP. I can then see the state of my system health checks, the system health agents in the environment. So I can see it's finished updating the status. I also see I have a configuration manager client because I have SCCM in this environment. I can also show the same command, but with show config. This will show me my configuration of the box. This is a good place to perform some initial analysis on the client side. If you're having significant challenges, you can actually use that NAP client config to actually turn on detailed tracing. So if I look at my properties, I can turn on enabled and the level of tracing I require. So if I'm having problems, if I can't work out where the issue is, I can turn on this tracing and then select the level I need, click OK, and these log files will be written to the C Windows Tracing NAP folder. So I could open up that log file and really see what's going on in my environment to get as much detail as possible. On the policy server, I can also use Event Viewer. So if I go to Custom Views, Server Roles, there's actually a Network Policy and Access Services here, which is going to show me detail about all the different operations this server is doing. So I can see it's giving access to users based on my requirements. I can see connections to my Active Directory. And there are a lot of different event IDs that can help give you information. But basically this event log, turning on tracing from clients, checking the configuration, is really going to give you a huge head start in troubleshooting the environment. Remember also PowerShell can be used to export your configurations, import configurations for both the network policy and also for all of the remote access configurations. So take some time to look at the different PowerShell modules available and really what you can achieve there. This concludes the lesson on monitoring and troubleshooting network access protection.